Welcome back to the Padded Room. This is Talking Tech with Wayne, and I'm Wayne. Greetings to all of you who have tuned into my previous shows, and a warm pleased to make your acquaintance to my new friends. In our last couple of shows, we've been exploring smart devices, looking at both smartphones and tablets. Today, I'm going to look at apps. Smart devices are tools, and like any tool, it is and should be judged by how well it does its job. Smart devices are your veritable Swiss Army knife of the tech world. They have a base set of abilities straight out of the box. For a smartphone, making and receiving calls, and a tablet with its larger screen size makes it ideal for surfing the net. Add apps, and those skill sets increase exponentially, in essence, making these smart devices even smarter. Gone are the days when cell phones were used to just text and phone people. These days weren't that long ago either. I remember when cell phones could barely keep 10 text messages on them before you had to delete some of them to create room to receive more. Today, I'm going to offer 25 functions that smart devices can bring into your life. In some cases, I will name some specific apps that I've used that I know work. Mentioning them here is not an endorsement, nor have I received any monies to include them in this show. As with all things here, my aim is to suggest the advantages that they may bring to your life. My hope is to incite an interest and help you explore the tech that may enhance in some areas of what I'm sure is an already full and worthwhile life. Before we begin, I'm going to review the process of searching for and installing apps from the Google Play Store. It is the same steps that I covered on my last show, and as before, I will be using an Android tablet. But the steps are similar to those that you would employ whether your device was a Chromebook, an iPad, an Android smartphone, or an iPhone. But remember to go to my website to sign up for my newsletter. There you will find Apple-specific resources as well as help for those using Chromebooks. The website address, along with our helpline number, is scrolling across the bottom of our screen. Remember, the helpline is available 24/7, not just during the show. Their trained technicians are ready to answer your questions, and best of all, it's 100% free. We will run the scroll several times during the show, so don't worry if you miss it. It shall return. Again, that website address is www.ttwwlabs.org, and that helpline number is 215-406-HELP. That's 215-406-4357. Now, on to the Google Play Store. I've placed an icon for the Play Store on my home screen using that long touch and drag move I showed you last show, and I encourage you guys to practice it, even if it's difficult in the beginning. We all know that practicing any skill will reap rewards if you're earnest in your efforts, and tech work is no different. Remember to be aware of your level of frustration and not push yourself too hard. Rule of thumb is if you're not having at least a little fun, then it's time to take a break. Now, back to the Play Store. After opening the app with a touch, the Play Store opens, and I'm presented with a search bar. Entering characters narrows the search. In this case, I search for any good app. Your search will hopefully be something more specific, but the Play Store, being the faithful servant that it is, still tried to fulfill my request because, as I say often, technology wants to help. Our job is to stop treating it like the enemy and just let it. So even entering something as non-specific as I did, the Play Store managed to bring back some useful results. Out of them, I think I'll choose the Fax app. It's only fitting to bring something retro into this new age. Sounds like the story of my life. Anyway, selecting it starts the process and causes an install button to highlight. Touching the button begins the install. I should add at this point that I have already enabled an option for one-tap install in my account for the Google Play Store. If I had not set up the one-tap install option in advance, then I would have needed to authorize getting this app by entering a code. Those measures are in place to secure and give you some measure of control over your account. We'll talk more about accounts and security in an upcoming show. So, back to the install. After touching the install and allowing the process to complete, the button now gives me an option to open. So in the course of a few minutes, I've added a new function to the tablet. As I said, the process to install apps on this tablet is the same process to install apps on Chromebooks, iPhones, Android smartphones, and iPads as well. That being said, let's get to it. Number one on the list is a to-do list. If, like me, you have 1,000,001 things to do each and every day, it's handy to have something on your device where you can both organize and set alerts. Setting reminders on your device is just one way that you can take notes of upcoming events and then have your device tell you about them in advance. You won't miss another important meeting again. I use an app called Google Tasks, and because I use Gmail, it integrates with my calendar and email, and that's a plus. I will add again that you may have other needs, so searching for apps with your particular criteria may bring other choices. Tune into our next show where doing good searches is the topic. Number two is a fitness app. These days, device manufacturers are driven towards the fitness aspect of technology. Both Apple and Samsung push wearable tech, and that will help you when you're out on your morning walk or run. These smartwatches are usually connected to your device, which have a built-in fitness app ready to be used. Best of all, everything you do will be recorded on your device and can be synced across different platforms. So when you get home, you can check your progress on your PC, laptop, or other tablet devices. I use an app offered by my gym so that I have an ongoing tool to share with my doctor about my health, or lack thereof. Number three is a stopwatch. This app ties in with the previous app on our list, but it can also be used for cooking and other events that require you to time or count down. The stopwatch feature is another preloaded feature that many smart devices can come in quite handy. Just think of it. You'll never have to have a runny boiled egg again. Yum. Number four is a texting app. Now, our fourth point on the list is something that many already do. I am, of course, talking about texting. Whether you need to send a quick message to your loved ones or organize a drink with your mates, the texting option of a device gets a fair share of use. Perhaps the biggest advantage of texting is the high certainty of knowing that the person at the other end of the device will pick up your message, and that's not something that you can always count on with voicemail and calls. I use an app called Textra, which offers features I require in my business. Were it not for that, I would just use the app from my carrier. Number five is a note-taking app. With this app, you're always going to be a touch of a button away from being able to take a note. Rather than using pen and paper that can be lost or destroyed quite easily, you can take notes digitally, and these can be synced across different devices. Whether you store them on your device or sync them up with other devices, and that's a perfect feature for journalists and anyone else who may need it. I find myself constantly using this in my to-do list. Either my memory is not what it used to be, or I have more things to do these days, but I suspect it's a little of both. I use an app called OneNote. Number 6 is a mirror app. In an age where we love taking selfies and looking at our complexion, a mirror app or a selfie camera is a great way to see yourself. For women, it's perfect for touching up that makeup, applying lipstick, or checking your hair. For men, it's great to see if they have any toothpaste on their face. For me, just look at this face. Enough said, right? Some apps will black out the background behind you so you can get a clearer and crisper look at yourself. Number 7 is a camera. While we're on the subject of taking selfies and talking about cameras, we might as well check this off our list. The fact that people use their digital device as camera is no secret. I know you're probably hearing the clicking in the background right now. No longer do you have to lug around 2 gadgets. Instead, you can use your device to take photos, and with the technology moving forward as fast as it is, some of these devices are actually better than an actual digital camera. The fact that your device may always be within arm's reach, and sometimes that Kodak moment may not wait, those combine to make this device the popular app it's become. A camera app comes pre-installed on most Android, iPhone, and iPad devices. Number 8 is a music player. If you walk to work or catch the subway, then you're bound to see people with earphones in. Hey, you just may be one of them. By using Bluetooth in your car, you can have your favorite tunes pumping out of your car stereo. But you can also listen to the music straight from your device with or without earphones. I use Amazon Music because I have an extensive music collection, much of it converted from vinyl, and it allows me to stream it. Number 9 is a magnifying glass. Just because you find it hard to see small text shouldn't mean that you give up on your phone. Smartphones have the accessibility features that allow you to zoom in and magnify text or increase the font size on your device to help you see words much more clearly. There are also apps that allow you to magnify things in the real world. The app allows you to see documents and find detail. Number 10 is a GPS app. Do you remember the days of old, having to pull out that great big map and plan a journey out? Those are the good old days. I remember the arguments in the car where me veering down the wrong street and ending up on the highway to nowhere. Good times. Well, as satisfying as that was for all of us, we now have the power of a GPS app. And many of them also have a voice feature that allows you to keep your eyes on the road and hear the directions. I use an app called Waze, which along with the directions also offers road hazards like stopped cars and potholes. Number 11 is a calculator. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not fantastic at math, so having a calculator on my device is a beautiful accessory that will allow me to quickly add, subtract, divide, and multiply big numbers without the need to hunt down a standalone calculator. A calculator app may come pre-installed on most devices. Number 12 is using your device to play games. No matter how old you are out there, there's always a game that you'll enjoy playing, whether it's Angry Birds, Solitaire, or my favorite, Free Cell. Well, the great thing is if you're bored, you can pick up your device and enjoy any one of 1,000 games available on Google Play Store or the App Store. Number 13, you can use your device to access your bank account. I remember those good old days, and here I am again, just reminiscing, of having to actually visit a bank to check your balance. And then being able to check it online was introduced, and it blew people's minds. However, these days you can now check your bank balance, deposit checks, make payments, pay bills, all on the go and right from your device. Having control of your finances and accessing your accounts is a fundamental part of everyday living these days. Number 14 is a weather app. Being able to plan trips to the coast often depends on what the weather is doing. So having the opportunity to check the weather on your device gives you a helping hand when planning those trips and vacations. Now you can pick perfect beach days and act in time for when the snow falls. I use the AccuWeather app, which gives me the weather information locally to wherever I'm currently located, whether that's at home or downtown. And it gives it to me in 15-minute increments. Great age we're living. Number 15 is a recipe book app. Recipe books on your device can be used all year round and help people get their culinary skills in order for events such as Thanksgiving and Christmas. And not only can you become a better cook, but it saves having to bring out those big recipe books that take up so much space and end up being coated in ingredients. Using your device for recipes also opens a door to 1 million of different recipes. Can you imagine how big that recipe book would have to be to contain 1 million recipes? Number 16, use your device to watch television or movies. Many streaming services allow you to watch their media from devices other than TVs. If you're scratching your head and wondering what I'm talking about, then you will be happy to know that we'll be doing a show about how technology is choosing how we're accessing our entertainment. Being able to watch TVs or movies from anywhere and any way I want is just another great use of your device, and perfect if you lead a busy lifestyle where you're constantly out and about. I use an app called Plex, which, like Amazon Music, gives me access to my personal collection. Number 17, use your device as a storage device. In recent years, device storage has increased dramatically, with a lot of new devices being capable of storing up to 512 gigabytes of data. With this kind of storage, you can use your device as a USB drive and save anything from large images, documents, videos, movies, and music files. For devices that also have the ability to utilize expanded memory, you're given an opportunity to take your storage to over 1 terabyte. Now, that's a lot of storage. And again, if some of you are out there scratching your head, we will deal with sizes of data in an upcoming show. So I've got a lot of things planned for you guys. Don't worry, I'm coming. Number 18 on our list is a voice recorder app. Voice recording software isn't a new concept, but having it as part of your device can be a big benefit. It's great for taking quick notes that you can play back to yourself, or recording any audio that you want to capture and send to friends and family. If you like to sing, then you can even record your own voice and send it out to Simon Cowell. Boo. Number 19, you can use your device to listen to audiobooks. At a time when your eyesight may not be what it once was, audiobooks offers a chance to relive a novel in a brand new way or discover new stories. Once I discovered audiobooks, I understood what children have known for a millennium. Being read stories rocks. I use Audible, and having my collection in one place means I can find new treasures and revisit old friends. Number 20 is an alarm clock app. Bedside clocks are much like landline phones. They are both slowly being phased out of people's lives, and the culprit points to smart devices. You see, if you are like me, you've cleared off your bedside table, freed up all that space, and used a preloaded alarm clock feature to wake up bright and early each and every morning, or mid-afternoon. Number 20, actually, that's number 21. Use your device for email. If staying ahead of the game is crucial to you, then having an email account set up on your device is a huge benefit. Not only can you read emails coming through, but with a click of a button, you can reply, forward, and also delete them. You can also add as many email accounts as you want under one app so you won't ever miss another email. Number 22, use your device as a personal assistant. That's Siri or Google Assistant. They may have been gimmicky to many people in the past, but they have come a long way. When you haven't got the time to type and search for answers to questions or want to quickly update your social status, they can respond to the sound of your voice. That's really a plus. Number 23, you can use your device to check in at airports. A few years ago, Apple introduced a useful passport app where you can store your tickets in a digital format for safekeeping. Since then, many airlines and airports themselves have introduced their own form of digital ticketing and check-in. When it comes to boarding passes, then it's a breath of fresh air, because you have enough to think about when you're on vacation without remembering passports, tickets, credit cards, or coupons. By sorting them in advance on your device, they'll be handy when you get to the airport, making check-ins smooth and efficient. Number 24, use your device to control the lights in your house. If you really want to impress your friends, then you can't do much worse than controlling your household lighting from your smart device. By using specially made light bulbs and an app on your device, you can control the time your light turns off and on and set brightness of the light. That's pretty cool. But there's also apps that allows you to change your temperature from your thermostat. Look at who's on the front of your house. Look at who's on the back of your house. Control your outside lighting. There's no limit to the amount of things you can control from smart houses. We will devote an entire show to smart houses. Just stay tuned. And number 25, use your device to browse the internet. Where would we all be without the internet in our lives? Good job that it comes within each and every device as a major part of our daily lives. The internet is a portal of information that is accessible at the touch of a button. Honestly, This use could have been sooner, but as we are winding down this episode, I can use its placement as a segue into our next show, which is all about searches and includes, spoiler alert, some history and background about the internet. Well, you can get all of these apps from the Google Play Store or the App Store, but please pay close attention to the cost and whether it's a one-time charge or a reoccurring charge. Also understand that a sizable number of free apps comes with ads. For me, that's not a value judgment because I've used many useful apps that were free with ads, so you get to make your own call. Okay, I see that's all the time I have for today. Unfortunately, I don't have time to take a call, and that makes me sad. I do also like talking to my people. I will definitely do that next show. Well, it's been my pleasure to be here, and I look forward to the next time we can do it again. I wish you all a farewell.